All right, I'm a little out of focus. Get that over like that. Okay. I should be sitting in this chair, right? But it's too low. It's just too low, and it is not, doesn't do my hips and knees any good to be sitting too low for spinning. Um, if you're here, if you're joining in, don't forget to say hi in the chat. Let me know where you're coming from. This is my daily Tour de Fleece live spin with me. Today is, what is today? The 12th. Today is July 12th, which means it's day 12 of the Tour de France, which is why we call it the Tour de Fleece. We do the whole spinning wool while the cyclists are cycling, take rest days when they take rest days, do challenges when they are going up mountains or something. I don't do the Tour de, I don't know the Tour de Fleece other than, I don't know the cycle race. I don't know that at all. Like, I don't watch that. But yeah, so hello, Nicole from Northern California. Oh, so it's still kind of early there, huh? It's like what, 4 something? Or well, 4, a little after 4. Danielle. Oh, you made it. Good. I'm glad you were able to make it. I know I was able to do had to do a later live today because life and stuff. So I'm glad that some other people were able to make it. Let's see. Today, if you were with me yesterday in the shop or you watched afterwards, you saw that I had started carting up some bats and I got it all carted. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 left to spin through. I've got my second one. I'm working on the second bat right now on the bobbin. And this is a mishmash of like merino, sparkle, humbug, BFL, some randoms that I don't know what they were. I threw some Pygora in there. I also threw some alpaca in there. And so, hello, Bear. Oh, you're in Northern California too. All right, awesome. Look, did you know each other? I know that's silly. I know. But glad to see you. Glad to see you. So yeah, I'm doing long draw on this. I'm enjoying it. I am not having to focus on color management. Oh, I did finish the Polypay. What was it? Border Leicester blend that I was doing earlier this week. And it's delightfully squishy and it has a little bit of elasticity, but not like a ton, but still enough to be fun. And what did I do? Oh, I picked some cinnamon coreopsis that I have in my garden, and I've got it steeping now to see if I can just dye that and see what kind of color I get. I'll do an alum mordant and just see what happens. Kind of what, kind of just how it, like, I'm not good at precision in dyeing or in a lot of things really. And so yeah. Nicole, you finished that 4-ounce purple targhee braid, spindle spun it into a 3-ply and plied it together on one spindle, and it was ridiculous. It was packed. I bet. But you know what? There is something really satisfying about plying on a spindle. I haven't done it a lot, plying on spindles. But there is something like I feel like a wizard when I'm using spindles. But that's so cool that you finished it. Do I follow? Are you on Instagram? Which I don't like. This is the thing. Like, I'm across multiple platforms. I don't know what everybody's names are. So I'm like, do I follow you? Do you have a picture of it on Instagram? I gotta see if I can find that. Don't forget, so hit the thumbs up if you don't mind, subscribe if you're interested, and if you have your own channel or Instagram account or something that you want to share with people, go ahead and pop it in the live chat. Or when this goes live or goes on to regular YouTube uploading things, you can just pop it in the comments below that too. We're all a community. Yeah, so I'm gonna try dyeing the polypay cross or blend with that coreopsis. I have these avocado skins and pits. No pics yet. It's soaking right now. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, good. If you do it on Insta, tag me so I can see it. Coastal wool washing. And I have these avocado pits and skins in my freezer. They've been in there for like a year and a half. My Instagram handle is Coastal Wool Washing. You're technically on Instagram, but hardly ever post. I get it. I get it. I totally get it. Yeah. I mean, I got off of social media for like 2 years. I wasn't on Instagram. I wasn't on Facebook. But then the yarn life and raw fleeces and business kind of pulled me back onto there. But my accounts are very different than they used to be. So avocado, I don't know if I like. I mean, these things have been in the freezer for well over a year, probably going on 2 years, and I am unsure if I should bother trying to dye with them or start fresh. Yay for finishing that, Nicole. You managed to get a bobbin of Icelandic done today. You have another hank of merino, banana, sea cell, and nettle soaking in a sink. Ooh, that sounds interesting. So is it super like drapey bear, that blend? It sounds like it could be super drapey, but then it's got the Hi Robin. Um Banana, sea cell, and nettle. I don't is it drapey? It's gotta be drapey, right? I mean, that sounds like what it would be. Yeah, so I did a not very, it's mostly merino. Okay. Gotcha, Bear. I did a boneheaded thing yesterday, so I haven't been able to knit today. When I was on my last bat that I was carding, on the last bit of it, I went to go clear some fiber from the side of the thing, and I caught my finger on the drum while it was going, and so I'm not going to show you because it's not that gross. It's a little cut. But it could have been a lot worse than it was. That was definitely one of those like, ooh, note to self, pay attention don't get cocky, like don't get cocky. Yeah, ouch, Bear. Yeah, it bled a lot. But thankfully I was on my last bat and I was able to finish it up without getting blood on anything. So we're like halfway through the tour. It's the 12th, and I think the tour is 23 days. So, is everybody feeling good about what they've been spinning, what they've been doing, any challenges or goals? You're going to hear child noises now because she got up.
Go downstairs.
Okay, you can go downstairs.
I want to watch Baby Shark card on downstairs.
Well, Callie's down there. Why don't you go see if she can put it on for you? Sorry. So, yeah, Nicole, they are the worst when you're a maker. Thankfully, it's really not that bad. But it was definitely one of those like, I'm gonna not knit because if I don't, if I do, it's going, the potential for making it worse was pretty high. So we took a break from that, but that's okay. That's okay. We had a chilled out day. We went in our little pool. My daughter's still not feeling so great, so we didn't do much today. I went to the post office and dropped off a couple of orders, and I sent off a yarn donation to my friend Kim. She is Kit Kat Yarn Crafts on Instagram, and she is a charitable crocheter. So like that's kind of what one of the things that she does is like she crochets for charity. She makes a bunch of stuff, puts them in a shop, and then all the proceeds, like 100% of the proceeds, go to whatever charity she's chosen for that event. And she'll take any donations, and I've given her uh, two large donations. The first one was pretty much all acrylic. The second one has blends and superwash and stuff. But it's just like she's what they call a joiner for Warm Up America, which is a charity that you can send in uh, knit or crochet squares of a certain size, and all they have to do is be knit or crochet squares. They're like 7 by 9 inches or something, and then somebody else will put them all together, which is really cool. So she's one of those. Like she'll get a box of 500 squares and have to put them together, or not have to. She wants to. That's what she's doing. Um, but anyway, so I sent her off a nice healthy package, and that got me closer to my stash down goal for this year for the commercial yarns I have. I really don't have that much left in stash of commercial yarn. We're not talking about handspun yet. That wasn't part of the goal. So we're not going to discuss that. We're just not. We're going to pretend like that's all okay. You feel me? um, yeah, and let's see. Oh, for those of you that are into sewing or historical stuff, I've been watching some of Nicole Rudolph's stuff about fabrics and stuff like that. Um, and it was, I stumbled on one today that was about like shattered silk and all the kind of stuff they had to do to it to make it into like dyed and all this stuff. And it was so interesting. I never would have cared about that before. But I just thought it was cool. I watched one yesterday about the what arsenic green. I don't remember what it's called, but you know, like just casually wearing arsenic in your clothes, hanging it on your walls and your wallpaper, like putting it in all of lampshades and curtains and stuff. Man, we human beings are wild. They are wild with the stuff that we. I'm gonna say they because I don't know. I don't know. But then she was also talking about how this in the Shattered Silk video about the fast fashion stuff that was going on then. And it's like we know that fast fashion isn't a new thing, but like hearing how the fast fashion stuff started at that point with being able to get cheaper silks and the rise of the middle class, like I thought that was so interesting. You know, the whole. I don't think you can get into hand making your clothes at this point without having that conversation come up and without really. If you're an introspective person, I don't think that conversation can be. You can become aware of that conversation and not have it, all of a sudden become something you do think about more. Um, So if I any mention of that, and it's just, oh, that's very interesting. And you know, it's like people want to say that you know time things were better back then. People were better. People were more moral and ethical and all of that stuff. And they are so wrong. I mean, People have never not been crappy in some form or another. I mean, individuals. I'm not talking about individuals. Obviously, there's bell curve, there's good, there's bad, there's all the shades in between. But like as a general idea, like people have been, just using things that are dangerous and selling things that are dangerous without a qualm or thought in the world for a very long time. So, it's like they would buy these poorly made silk dresses because they knew they would be throwing them out, and just like a year or two, or they call them seasons, like we do now, seasons, because this fashions would change, and it's just I'm not a trendy person, so I don't think that way, but man, if I was, like, I would be I would be so confused. I'd be like, "What? Why? But I just bought these or made them." You know? I don't know. I like the idea of classic clothing and comfy clothing. I'm all, I think a lot of us are. Yeah. Maybe you can hear the baby shark in the background too. I don't know. Are you okay? Okay. My daughter is grunting at me. So this may be short lived for tonight. Ayla, you want to come tell me what's the matter? Are you just happy that I'm paying attention to you now? Oh. So, yeah. This is why I love long draw. I've already finished two of these little bats, and since last night. I love long draw. So now I get to add in another one. And I'm just picking at random. There was no way that I could. She may need you more, and that's okay. Yeah. No, she does this thing where she just kind of goes down the hallway and makes noise at the TV because she doesn't like. She gets mad at when characters are mean or not mean, but doing something they're not supposed to be doing. I don't know. Or it's just Baby Shark right now. So she'll yell at like, the mean sharks. So I don't remember what I was babbling about. Oh, yeah. So I had thought maybe originally that I would plan these bats out and have like a gradient thing going on, but again, precision and stuff like that when it comes to spinning, not something I'm super great at. I envy those like those the people who can put those the cops, they wind their cops on their spindles, like the turtles or even the drop spindles or the supported spindle, like they wind the most beautiful, neat, like orderly cops and bobbins. I mean, people are so good at winding bobbins, and I just am not. I'm not a good bobbin winder. I mean, I'm a little better now actually because when I first started, my Louette had slider hooks, and the slider hooks started sliding on their own, so I just couldn't even control them anymore. Really, I could just stick them somewhere and hope for the best. And then when I realized that they had moved, I could fix that, and the cycle would start over again. Um, but yeah, and just sorry, got distracted by Baby Shark. Um, so at this point, this is a very just loosely structured long draw yarn, of questionable, not questionable, unknown contents. Some of them are known, some of them are not. And you can't you can't wind that way. I'm just happy that it's on there, not floppy. Yeah, I mean that's kind of how I am. I can't especially with spindle spinning, I'll start off with good intentions and then pretty much immediately be done with it. But I'm thinking, depending on the yardage I get from this, I don't know. I think I've got somewhere around 12 ounces of fiber in these bats. And I don't know what kind of yardage I'll get. Because, I mean, I'm just spinning some long draw style stuff. So it'll be nice and light and fluffy. It's also spinning a lot thinner than my long draw has spun before. So I don't know. I don't know who to blame that on. Not that I mind, but I still don't know why. I don't know if it's the wheel, the fiber. Couldn't tell you. It does. It is drafting very nicely. It is. It's I can't. I mean, I think everything I put in here except for the Pygora and the alpaca were comb tops, so there wasn't like a whole bunch of locks I needed to mess with or anything like that. It really is drafting very nicely. Um, and actually, it's like I've got the bat folded in half. Like just yesterday, I just kind of like folded it in half and then kind of just folded it the long way and drafted that way. I don't know. I I don't I don't know that I necessarily because I don't usually do necessarily color management with a bat. Uh, so it was. I felt like it was pretty good. Like I don't need often to split down my bats. I don't. The ones that I make because they're only I think 9 inches wide and 22 inches long. So it's not like they're very. That is huge. What's huge? My bat? I don't know. I've gotten bats from other people that were, like wide and long. but but yeah, just being able to go from the bat like this, it's a lot more. I don't know. I find it fun. I enjoy it. Sit with a pile of floof in my lap and let it go. Well, I guess it is big. I don't know. I will say, I often feel like I can't fit a ton of fiber onto the super carder. Like, I mean, I can, but I mean, I can. It just feels like I can't do a lot much more than 2 ounces on it and have it come out the way that I want it to. But that might just be a me thing. So, but all right, I am looking at 23 minutes, so I am going to call it quits for the evening. It's just about time to be doing bath time and all that jazz. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. If you enjoyed it, do the thumbs up stuff, and all that jazz. I'll be back on tomorrow at some point, hopefully without the sound effects in the back. And we'll see how far I've gotten on this. And I can't wait to hear how everyone else is doing on theirs. And yeah, I'll chat with you guys all tomorrow. Okay. See you on the flip side.